This property was almost a £30,000 disaster. Now 6 months in, we finally completed. We're going to be documenting the entire journey. This isn't just a renovation, this is our flagship development of our brand new HMO. Whether you're a seasoned investor or just looking to get into HMOs, follow along this journey because I'm going to be taking you start to finish on what it takes to build a spectacular HMO. Now, we almost lost £30,000 on this property. Over this course of this video, I'm going to be telling you how you can avoid all of these mistakes and why these issues occurred. Now, this is going to be a full start to finish. We're going to be doing a YouTube video every 2 weeks, start to finish, on how you can develop HMOs. So I really want you to subscribe and you will learn a lot from this series. Let's get into what your money gets you in this area. I've got the old wallpaper absolutely everywhere. Lovely fireplace. You can always get £200 or so for these on Facebook Marketplace, so you can get some of that day one money back in your pocket. All the door frames need to come out. All this wallpaper needs to come off. Now, the first thing we did yesterday was we got temporary power rigged up, and we've got sockets for everyone so that when the rip out crew come in tomorrow, they can get to work straight away and nothing's live. We've also, the plumber will be coming on Monday morning to do a temporary supply for water. This is going to be bedroom number 2. Another ensuite. This is probably actually going to be the smallest ensuite in the property. It's going to be about 8 square meters. We could potentially do a small side extension out here, but I don't know if I can really be bothered. It's extra money and it doesn't really give us any much more gross yield. Through into here, we've got a toilet covered under the stairs. That's going to be the utility room, and then through to here into the communal area. Off of the back, we've got a 6 meter prior approval extension, which is where we're going to steal some more communal area, and that's going to be our additional 8th bedroom on the back end. Now, with doing these prior approvals, you've got 56 days to get a decision. All of the neighbours complained, but we still managed to get this one over the line. And we'll tell you about the problems with the neighbours on this development that have already started. So this is going to be our flagship HMO. Later on in the video, I'm going to be taking you all through the numbers, all through the refurb cost, and what this should look like on paper and whether we're going to deliver it. This should take about 6 months max, start to finish. Now, let's get back to the property tour. Flagship HMO is our #1 development. This is going to be the best of what we've done to date. I'm sure we'll supersede that later, but this, we're giving it everything we've got. Let's get into it. So, through into the back room. All of this is coming out, chimney's coming out, this wall is going, this is going to be another monster 10 square meter bedroom. Ceiling is coming down. We've only got 1 floor drop to do on this property, so we've saved a little bit on the refurb cost there. We look out into the garden. Great thing about this property is all of the windows double glazed, so we won't be changing any of these. And then out into the back, we've already had the tree and all that sort of stuff cut down and the garden cleared up. We always like to get, as soon as we get the keys, maybe even earlier sometimes, we put our foot on the gas and get all of the bullshit jobs out of the way to start with, which you don't have to get inside for. And this all comes down to negotiating with the agent and the seller, whether they might let you get access to clear out the garden first. Even if the sale falls through, they'll go, well, at least I've got my garden cleared. And that is called a keys undertaking. Through into here, I'm green. If I was blue, I was die. You know the rules, FL65, very dated. That's going to end up becoming the ensuite of that room. It's really a simple layout, this HMO, which is one of the reasons we've picked it. Total floor area was 100 square meters to start with, and that's what's going to give us the footprint to go into 8 ensuite. Another bedroom here, another ensuite in here. This is going to be about a 10 square meter room. Through into the front, loft conversion, stairs will be going up here and into the front room. This wall will be moving over to this way to make another 12 to 14 square meter room. Kitchenette down this side, all new double glazing that's already in here. So again, there's probably about £4,000 on windows that we've managed to save. Everything else in here will be going, apart from this floor, which is excellent. So I keep saying flagship HMO, but what does that actually mean? So on this development, we went sort of mid-budget. Our 7-bed, 7 ensuite, we went mid-budget. We're going to be going high budget to get the max valuation and the highest room rents and the yield as possible. We're going to be doing full solar, full air source heat pump. We're going to be going for A energy rating. We're going to be going for some monster rooms in the loft. Some of these are 15 to 16 square meters. The floor print of this property is absolutely huge. Communal space over 20 square meters. And now the thing is with the communal space is often not that used. Some of the time you spend a lot of money on it and it doesn't get used. Some other households, they absolutely love it. So with the communal space, we'll see what ROI we get on that. This is going to be our #1 development, the highest finish, the best tenants, the best valuation and the biggest cash flow. Ask me that in 6 months and we'll tell you how it's gone. The budget on this property is £250,000. It wasn't meant to be that high, but because we've decided to change it around and go for the air source heat pump and the solar, the idea behind that is we're going to be reducing our energy bills, which is going to increase our valuation and improve our cash flow month per month. Sometimes energy bills on these properties can be £700, £800 in the winter. We're hoping to mitigate that. When doing these developments, you might say, wow, you're spending a lot of money doing that, aren't you? Property is a long-term game. If we can save £600 a month over the next 10 years, that's an extra 72 grand in terms of revenue into our pocket. And that often equates to profit as well. So tell me, would you rather go cheap to start with, or would you rather go high-end, solar, A energy rating, and make these developments future-proof for the next 10 to 20 years? Once we've then finished this development, we'll be touring around some of our other properties to see how they compare. This 5-bed, 3-ensuite that we're in now, see how that stacks up numbers, build time, build cost, and then see where our valuation, our room rents end up on our flagship. We're showing you how to do. The HMO Workshop is a one-on-one mentorship program with me where you get over 5 hours worth of HMO property content and educational stuff to help you develop your own HMOs yourself, but also unlimited access to me, and I will walk you through step by step all of the process one-on-one. There will also be a community aspect to it, but that's currently in the launching phase. More on this coming soon. So we found this purchase back in July, had the offer accepted after some hard negotiation, arguing over about 5 grand, but that 5 grand at the end of your project will be very important, so never split the difference. Now, the issue with the lending on this was we paid for a vast panel valuation. This came in at £3,000. They downvalued it. We then managed to go to an 8-bed, so we increased our valuation, which means the loan to value we could pass with said lender. After about 2 months of anti-money laundering and source of funds verification, certified ID, so the bank had said that they can't lend to this individual. So we went back to the drawing board, a new lender. So that means we needed another retype of the valuation for the new lender. That cost another £1,000. So we're about 4 to 5k in legals into this in terms of valuations, plus the legals to the first lender and their solicitor. After about 2 more months of this valuation process, anti-money laundering with the second lender, again, the foreign investor could not pass the AML. So what do? I put it to one of my private lenders. He said, Ruben, I don't even know why you're JVing with this person anyway. You've got all of this equity in these other projects. Why don't we just lend you the money? You use some of your equity in one of the other houses and we'll get this deal done, just you and me. My other business partner in all the rental stuff had this Singaporean that I've been wanting to work with and get a deal over the line. But at the end of the day, I've now plowed 20k into this property. I've been stuck in legals for 6 months. So what would you do? Would you pull out of the sale, lose the deal, go ahead, put in your own money, stick with the JV partner when they're not signing the PG, they're not providing any money, or would you just do it by yourself? And this is the thing in business, you've always got to actually think about number one. When it comes to signing personal guarantees, has that person you're signing a PG with got equity? Always think about this at the very get-go. Are you going to work with this person long term? Because for now, my projects are going smoothly and swimmingly when I'm just investing with myself. Back to the story. We're 6 months in, 20k deep. I've sorted out the funds for myself and a new lender, and then boom, we're heading for an exchange and completion on the 2nd of February. I get a call about the 25th of January. Ruben, I'm terribly sorry. The seller is pulling out and going with someone else. I said, I beg your pardon. We are a week away from completion. What are you talking about? He said, yeah, it's not. I said, what's the other offer on the table? And he said, it's not about the other offer. It's about the strength of the offer. They're cash, and he thinks that they'll come through with it. What are you talking about? I've just sent you another arrangement fee for another £10,000 for the loan that I've just paid. So now I am 30k minimum deep into this project. I then said, well, why can't we not exchange? We could exchange next week. And he says, yeah, maybe if you get an exchange done, we can move forward with it. The phone goes dead for 48 hours. Now I am stressing. I am considering my options, considering going and knocking on the seller's house and having it one-to-one with him and saying, look, we are going to deliver on this project. I assure you, we cannot go 6 months in. I'm thinking, do I offer him another 5 grand? Do I offer him his loss of rent over the 6 months that we've been screwing around? And then I'm thinking, do you know what? Why don't I just pull out myself? Decisions to make. We then pushed for an exchange. Now, the risk with exchanging the following week is we've then put down 10% deposit, so that's 26,500. If we could not come up with the money and the lender wasn't happy with the deal, it could be pulled again. I could have then been gone from 30 grand to 56 grand deep into the deal. When do you stop digging yourself an early grave? Not yet is not what I did. So we've exchanged contracts and we've now completed on the property. Woo! What a sign of relief. And now let's get to the real part of it. We've actually got to deliver the project. That's why I'm going to be documenting this whole journey along the way of through the sourcing, the acquisition, the legals, the planning, and now the refurb and the refinance renting on the back end. This is going to be a very informative series. It's going to be one episode every 2 weeks, and I'd love you to follow me along for the journey of it. Now make sure you click the subscribe button, hit the bell notification so you never miss a new video coming out every 2 weeks. I'm really happy to be doing this. I'm spending a lot of money on this project, and I really hope it's going to provide you guys some value. No one else in the industry is going to be taking you a full start to finish on how to do HMOs, and this isn't going to be any HMO. This is going to be Professional Co-Living's flagship development. This is going to set a new bar for professional co-living, or we'll just give it to a social housing provider and piss off the neighbour. I don't know at this point. You've heard the numbers, you've heard the story. Now it's actually the fun part where we get this development underway. In the next episode, we're going to be talking you all through the refurb, all of the construction problems, all of the issues with everything else, and we're going to be diving into location, Article 4, planning, and all the complicated bits and what it takes to do a development like this. I want you to like, comment, subscribe, let me know what you'd like to see personally in this documentary, this mini series we're doing, and we'll be sure to accommodate. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I can't wait for this project to start getting into motion. See you in episode 2.